Hi everyone, so today I am going to be reviewing my collection of Momoland signed albums. Yes, I have enough to call it a collection. I'm really excited about this. I'm going to obviously be showing you these, but I'm also going to be talking about the price point because I feel like that's something that's very important because not everyone has the money to just throw away. I mean, I barely have the money to spend on these, but I really wanted to, so I made it a priority. But I also want to go over whether or not it would be worth it for someone to do, having done it myself. So I'm going to start off with Freeze, and this is my favorite signed album by far. It looks absolutely gorgeous. The signatures, they all signed by their respective picture, so you can tell whose signature is whose. You're not like playing guess whose scribble is this. And it's really pretty, and Freeze is my favorite album anyway. I did show this off in my Freeze unboxing, so if you haven't watched that, go watch that. So you did get a sneak peek of this video, and photo cards that came with this right here, so you can probably see kind of what I'm doing now. I got Jane's selfie photo card and Nancy's, I don't know what you call this, like Freeze photo card, set photo card. I have no clue, but I got these two. And one thing that I didn't realize until I started buying these was that signed albums are a really good way to get photo cards because they'll just be included with them. Not with all of them, but with some of them. And usually the extra little amount you would pay for the photo cards is cheaper than trying to buy the photo cards. So I do recommend that that's something you should consider when you're buying these, is with photo card. Like, the thing that I really loved about this is I got Nancy's photo card because Nancy's photo card is the most expensive. I will say Nancy's cards are usually the most expensive. Yeonwoo's are usually the hardest to find. So between those two, like if you're trying to get signed albums, like if you want to get members, either if you're only collecting your bias, you want to find ones with your bias, or ones that have a hard to find or expensive member in it, that's something to think about as well since you are paying so much. This album, if you include the price of shipping, this was $65.88, so this was definitely expensive. It was the most expensive one, but it makes sense because there's not very many of these around because this era was so long ago, but I'm really happy I got my hands on one. So here are these, and yeah, I just wanted to point that out because all of these I did get with photo cards, and I also got them all from the eBay seller. I think it was K-Pop Market 2. I'll link it down below and let you know. But this is their third album, Boom Boom, and I don't have a signed copy of their Welcome to Momoland. I'm not sure whether I'm going to get one or not. It definitely won't be anytime soon. That's why I wanted to just do this video with the ones I have. But I also don't have their Welcome to Momoland CD period, so that one I do want to get. I do want to get the normal version. Not sure about signed, we'll see. But this, I did take the case off. There is a little plastic thing that came with it, and all of them came with a plastic thing, and I just left that on because it's a good protective barrier. I was thinking about getting like comic book bags and wrapping them. I saw Katie Takey do that. She had a video about it, which if you're interested in that, I'll link that too. But these are all just in what they came in, because I feel like that's doing a good job right now, and I don't have the stuff to do that anyway, so. And it wouldn't probably fit this anyway, but the reason I took the cover off is because the signature is on the inside of this one. And I feel like this also helps protect it. This was also a lot cheaper, because this was the same price as Freeze. This was $65.88, including the price of shipping, which was like $9 something, so this was definitely cheaper, and I wasn't originally looking to get this album. I originally only wanted Freeze, Fun to the World, and Show Me, but I did get this one because the price point on this was a little bit lower because it was on the inside, which I don't mind. It's still signatures, like they still touched it and signed it, and oh my god. But something else you're about to see that ties into what I was talking about earlier, the photo cards for this. This card goes for like $30. And when you take into account when I paid for this album, you either think I just got a super expensive photo card free, or I paid $35 for this. So, I also got Teja's card, which, you know, it's a cute card, I like it, but it also doesn't go for 3 times what all the rest of them do. So, I did get these photo cards with it, and overall I do like the album. You know, it's nice. I like that the signatures are big in here, because if you look in here, like, their signatures are a lot bigger. Like, Ain's heart is a little bit more complete. You know, Yeonwoo's signature usually gets a little bit, like, you'll see in the next two, it's a little bit more, like, rushed, but this is just really nice and just big and beautiful signatures, so I love these. So, I am really happy I got this, and I really do think it's worth the price, same with Freeze, so there's that. And one other thing I will say is buying signed albums is definitely a really good way to help out your photo card collection if you get photo cards with them. Because I got a lot of photo cards from this to where I didn't realize how much of my collection like came from this. Some of it's from buying the original the normal albums, and then some from buying signed albums, and then I did buy a few cards. So, but I haven't really delved into my photo card collection yet. I'm thinking about doing a beginning photo card collecting video. But here is Fun to the World. This one, you know, signature is getting a little bit rushed because they're more popular now, so it's a little bit more mass produced. But there's that one. And photo card, there's only one. And I got Ein, which again, cheaper to pay the extra for this than to just get this card, so I'm happy with it. There's nothing super special. I mean, it's signed and it's gorgeous, but that's that. I feel like you kind of get the point by now. This was, I believe, 50 something. I think I'll pop up the price on screen. Then these albums here, I bought 2 of this one because there were, again, 4 photo cards, but you will see, and it was actually smart. So here is the first one here, and here are the photo cards. So there is this Yeonwoo card and this Jui card. Both these cards are gorgeous and I love them. And then this is the second one, and then the group card and Yeonwoo's other card. So I got both of my biases cards that are both pretty hard to find from these 2 albums, so I'm happy with that. And the other thing that I'm happy about is just, you know, because there are some signatures with these 2 albums that I like better than the other ones. Like, I like Nancy's signature better over here, and Hibin's signature better over here, but I like Jane's better over here. You know? So it's like, I also like Jui's better over here, so it's kind of like, you know, I was thinking about just selling one, but I don't know that I want to do that. I think I just want to keep them both. The funny part is buying both these albums, because I did get a deal from the seller. The price of the 2 of these is probably about what you'll pay for one, but I did get a deal from the seller because I was buying 2. This was also like 54 or something, I think. Again, I'll pop it up on the screen because I'm not completely sure. I just remember the other 2, their prices, but for both of them, that's the price that I paid, so including shipping. So it was pretty inexpensive for these, and I probably would not have bought them both if I didn't get a little bit of a deal, but yeah. So got a lot of photo cards. It's gonna show off. These are all of the photo cards that I got from the albums. Pull them all. See, do they all fit? Yeah, kinda. So that's 9 photo cards, which is a lot. And it definitely did boost my collection. Also got some members that I was looking for. The total for this, I believe $242, and I forget how much the cents is, but this was expensive. And it was not done all at once. I did do it over the course of a couple months. But if you were to go out and replicate it and you bought 2 of these, you'd probably end up closer to like 300. But it's a lot of money to pay for signed albums. And while I love them, I would not trade them for anything. They're amazing. It feels amazing to have them. I don't think I'm gonna buy any more. Like, I know they have the Kino, and that's like, I don't even think I can buy that because the only sites that's on don't ship to my country. And there is the signed Welcome to Momoland, which, like, maybe just because I have the other 4, maybe, but I'm not buying it from any other signed groups because I have, like, my second bias group is Blackpink, and theirs, 1, are so expensive for just 1 of them, and 2, because they're so popular, there's so many fakes. Like, you don't know the half of what I went through to make sure I got a legit Blackpink light stick. Like, there were so many fakes of those, let alone fake signatures, which is way easier to do than manufacturing a whole fake product. Like, I do not trust it unless I am, like, giving the album to Jisoo, Jennie, Rose, and Lisa, and watching them sign it and taking it back. Well, that is the only way I will trust that it is a legit album. And if it's going to cost that much, I better be flying out to Korea and seeing them to pay. So that's the only other group I would think about doing it for. And even for future Momoland albums, I'm not sure if I'm going to get more signed copies. I don't know. The problem I've run into is not so much that I don't love the signed albums as much as I love so many other things and I want to buy those, but I can't because I'm spending so much money on these. Like, the 2 of these, actually just this one album here, I could have bought like 3 of their Japanese ones, which is crazy because it's like this one thing cost so much. So as far as recommending a signed album, I mean, this one is my personal favorite. I know it's the hardest to find, but that would probably be the one I would recommend. I mean, really, the thing with Show Me is it's missing 2 members' signatures. So I guess the next easiest one to find that's a little bit cheaper is finding a signed Fun to the World if you just want to have, like, 1. Because it does get expensive, and if you're trying to collect other things. If you have the money and you like the albums, I'd say go for it. But I do think you have to keep in mind, like, what your budget is for these, because these 5 cost a lot. So if you want to get these, just keep that in mind. At the end of the day, you know whether this is worth it to you or not. So I'm going to stop rambling and kind of end off the video here. So if you're new, please subscribe, and that way you'll be updated on future content. There's definitely going to be a lot of cool stuff coming, so I hope you stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.